But I do believe the Pacers are a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to have to go right to beat a team like Miami when you get to that point, if they do match up at some point down the road in the conference finals or semifinals. But I look at their team, and I see a team that's taking a very business-like approach to the start of the season, and I love their demeanor. I love the demeanor. They're the only team of the top 4 of the East hasn't had a bump in the road. They've come out very focused. Paul George has now elevated his game to me to the level where you say this is an MVP candidate. And I think that Paul George will be in the discussion all year long for that title, because I think it's going to be him, Chris Paul, LeBron James. Those are going to be the 3 guys we're going to talk about all year for MVP, because he has the all-around game to do it. The 2 weaknesses they had, they shored up. They needed some frontline depth. They bring in Luis Scola. High basketball IQ, a worker, a guy that just wants to win, and they go out and get C.J. Watson to shore up their backup guard situation. Those were the 2 glaring holes that I thought they had. They addressed both of those. They believe their time is now. Last year, they have a lot of confidence for what they did with Miami in that Eastern Conference Finals, and I think now they can possibly get over the hump. Getting to the Finals 4 years in a row, we can see it hasn't been done in 30 years. There's a reason for that, and that's what the Heat are facing.
So is it too soon for you to say that they can get past the Heat?
No, not for me. I actually picked them in a month before the season started in our preseason predictions on ESPN.com. I put Indiana Pacers making it to the NBA Finals.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know that. So you're saying, okay, really?
They're 4-0. They look good out of the gate. I'm not going to give up on it now.
Oh, the legs will drop on you.
Let's see how the 2 teams evolve over the course of the year. Then you're not going to pick an NBA champion 4 games into the season. But going into the year, I said I think they have the makeup to do it. And like I said, nobody's gotten to the Finals 4 straight years in almost 30 years.
Right.
And there's a reason for that. It's hard to keep your foot on the gas for that long, to stay healthy, to keep everybody on the same page. It's hard to do it when you have teams like Indiana improving, nipping at your heels, Chicago, Brooklyn. Teams are there ready if Miami slips up, and I think Indiana's at the top of the list of those 3 teams.
So Stephen A. just sneezed at your opinion.
I know that.
That's what he thought of it. So Stephen A., amplify.
Skip Bayless, for the last year or so, who have I been talking about more than anybody?
Bad Pacers.
It's been the big bad Pacers. Obviously you think about Miami, you think about LeBron James and the juggernaut that he is, and imagining that Dwayne Wade is going to be healthy and what they can do. But the Indiana Pacers are the biggest threat to the Miami Heat. They've got size, they've got mass and girth. They're big boys, they play big, they're physical, they defend at every position, they're not scared of anybody. Roy Hibbert is averaging 8 points a game. We know that's not going to last. David West is averaging 10 points a game. We know that's not going to last. You know why they're doing this? Because Paul George has emerged as a superstar in this league and is putting on a show. He is averaging 27, 8, and 4. Okay? He is shooting, 53% from the field. 45% from three-point range. He is just doing his thing. Granted, Lance Stevenson is not going to last, shooting 55% from three-point range. He can play, he's improved, but he's not a 55% shooter from three-point range. That's not going to last. We have questions about the Indiana Pacers at their point guard spot, which is what gives me cause to pause, because if you got George Hill, along with C.J. Watson, they're scorers playing the point guard position as opposed to legitimate bona fide point guards. So if you are a Miami Heat team and you can amp up the pressure and force them to create turnovers, which they did last year, then it can be problematic for the Indiana Pacers. But if Indiana continues to play the way that they've been playing, while Miami's trying to feel itself, and Indiana ends up winning a top seed in the Eastern Conference, and the road to the finals has to go through Indianapolis, oh, it's a wrap. Miami's not going to the finals. It's going to be Indianapolis if they have to go through Indy. I'm talking about home court advantage. So that's what this comes down to. I'm from New York City, Tim. All right, born and raised. I've been on Broadway many, many times, and I often use this analogy when I'm talking about the Pacers. They make me feel like a tourist on Broadway whenever I'm around them. I'm just looking up like trees. There's some big boys. There's some big boys, and they're coming. And nobody is coming more than Paul George. This dude is legit. He's going this way. This dude has star written all over him. And what I love about these first 4 games is that everybody seems to know it, but more importantly, so does he. And he not only has accepted the challenge, he has embraced it. This dude is big time. And so are the Indiana.